Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Go Money. Before we go into the details, if you have not watched the introduction and money management videos, please do. It has the basic concept of wave theory and the indicators we use. The money management will give you an idea of how to manage the trade. The link is given in the description. In this video, we will look at weekly stock analysis. So we won't cover the stocks which are already in trade because we already put a weekly trade analysis video for covering all the stocks which we are already trading. We'll be covering only the remaining stocks which are possibly will enter into a trade setup or which are in sideways, and we'll also touch base if possible the ones which are in impulse and also in correction. So let's start with Wipro. So Wipro actually had an impulse followed by a wave, B wave, and the C wave, and it has almost completed the correction. So now we need to wait for an impulse followed by a consolidation if possible, or depending on how the trade setup comes, we will try to see if we can enter next trade for it to and our expectation is approximately around 800 rupees is our next target. So next coming to Hindustan Lever, where it's the same setup. It has completed the impulse followed by A, and then it had a local correction for completing the internal wave for completing. This is B and this is C, and we are seeing a impulse up and consolidation, and maybe we might expect to see a consolidation here before it breaks out. So we are still watching this, and we'll see how it goes in the coming days. It goes to Tech Mahindra. This is actually also in the C wave. So if you can see this, the correction, and we have internal wave compared this, and then followed by a correction, and we are expecting maybe this to complete the wave and followed by an impulse up. So we are still monitoring this wave as well, this pattern as well, so waiting to touch 1500 range. Coming to Reliance did a good job of completing this pattern, but based on what we have seen on the impulse and the correction what happened here, we might be expecting another one, but if not, we will wait for this to consolidate here for a trade if possible. Depending on what happens, what is the price action, we will decide to enter the trade or not. At this point, looks good. We should have entered here possibly, which we didn't notice, and this we are not in this trade, but this is a possible trade. But at this point we had to wait and watch. Coming to Bajaj Finance, so this one we were in the trade, and we entered approximately, let's look at the trade chart quickly. So Bajaj Finance, we entered at 17,200 rupees, and which is approximately here, yeah, after the breakout, and then it had a nice consolidation for long, and actually in an hourly we saw that it had done an impulsive move, then came down fast, and then it has consolidating, and we were not expecting it to come down, whereas we had a pattern complete. So we have put a stop loss around 17,800. We moved the stop loss, but it took out, and it came down. So now it looks like still we are not in the downtrend yet. Maybe this may be a consolidation at this point, so you might even see a consolidation here before it breaks out. So we need to wait for it maybe for a couple of weeks to see what happens. So these are all the trades which might come in a week possibly, and next ones we are still not we have not completed the C wave, and Britannia is also very close. So after the impulse, so we have a correction followed by a B wave, and then we have a C wave which is almost ending. Maybe I'm expecting it to retest this second level, and we'll see how it goes. So moving on to HCL Tech. So HCL Tech has done an impulsive move followed by correction, and then an impulse, and then we're waiting for the next correction. So our range is, even it has a previous support range where it's approximately around 1000 rupees, 1100. So once it comes to this, and then if we have a price action, then once we have a breakout, then we might be entering a trade where the target will be around 1500. But still, this we have more time to enter the trade, so this all wait time, basically the calm state of all the trades. And here the same thing, Dr. Reddy's lab. So if you can see, the first wave down has completed, and then we have a correction up, and then we are in the downward move for the second one, and our expectation is around 4300 rupees, and then the next target will be around 600. So yep, we're watching closely, and this might also be another pattern forming. We'll follow it. Once once it gets mature, we will be entering trade. Coming to Nestle. So Nestle has some more room to go down. We are pretty much, but it's not end of a B wave as such, because if you see here, this is an impulse followed by a correction, and this is an internal wave of the correction, as it's not a bigger correction. So this is an internal correction of the B wave. Then we are expecting another wave up followed by a correction to complete this entire wave for a further move up. So but for the trade, we are waiting for this to consolidate, and then when it breaks out, we will be entering the trade for this range. Okay, that's Nestle. Then BPCL, where it's also very close of ending this C wave, and it might have an uptrend, but this has a very big consolidation here, and we are not expecting this wave to rise immediately. It might have multiple consolidations before running up, but at least this is possible at this point, and that's what we're expecting. Once it reaches around 350, we might, and then bounce back, then we will be giving a target of 550 when it comes up. Okay, going to HDFC, where this again, it's almost ending this particular wave, and we have to still wait. It can actually reach 2400 rupees approximately, and then it will have a impulse up where we will be entering the trade. So moving on, this is Irctc, and this had a really good impulse, and then it's very big pullback. So this is an A wave, and we are in a B wave, and B wave is going to go like a parabolic move because of the way how it pulled down. So it might have multiple small waves here, goes up and then comes down, and then it may have a bigger up, then it can come sideways before it even completes the pattern, and then it can move up. But definitely at the end of this part, we will be looking for a trade, so that it will take some time to complete this, unless if you have a sudden move. But we were in any case, we will not be entering the trade until it completes this pattern for Irctc. So next is Cdsl, Central Depository. So this is also in a sideways move, and we are in a B wave, not even in a C. So this has been consolidated. It's A wave, and we have multiple consolidations here to reach B. We are expecting a drop, and then we are expecting trade. So this will have a while to get any trade in this. Coming to Tata Motors. Tata Motors possibly has done a impulse down, correction up. It has multiple ways. We have just put a one option, but this can actually go up, come here to complete this consolidation, then go up, then come to complete this whole wave and to go up. So at this point there is no trade, so wait to see how it develops. It can be news or any reason, but everything is reflected in the wave. So we wait for it to see. Once we get a proper pattern, we will be entering on the trade. So let's look at TCS. So TCS is also in a sideways move right now. So we have an impulse followed by A wave, and we are in the B wave at this point, and we might get a correction, and then we will be looking for an entry. At this point I don't have an entry to play along with this. So even when it comes to hourly, I don't want to take any risk because this can change. This is a sideways move, so it will be here for a longer time. So let's wait and watch. And coming to Infy, it was in an impulsive move, that's why it's blue, and it was very much impulsive, and now it is consolidating. Not sure how this is pretty fast coming down. So, and also it is pretty much in an all-time high, so we have to be very careful on a weekly basis as well, and on a daily basis it's pretty high, and this might have a pull down, or it can have a consolidation before it moves on. But for any case, I think it's better to wait for a proper entry, and this might take even like few months. We don't know, unless we have a proper setup. I don't think we will do any entry on the Infosys. So coming to L&T, yes, this again we had a nice move, and still we are in a B wave, which actually is having more internal waves, and I'm expecting this to do this. So if we get a chance of entering at this point, yes, we will try to enter, but at this point I don't think so. It's an impulsive move, so we really didn't pay attention. But I think yes, we'll see what happens at this price action when it comes to 1,850 rupees, 1,000, yeah, around that point, and see how it goes. But again, it at least takes a month before we even get to know what is happening. So next one is Power Grid, which is again pretty much we have consolidation, and then there is a move which already started, but the target is pretty close. We only have 10 rupee range, and also the stop loss will be also at 200 or something, and which we don't have a proper risk to reward ratio, which I don't think we have to enter this trade unless if it has a bigger move. But that's okay to lose this, doesn't matter, because already pretty much at a very high point. So moving on, ITC, yes, ITC is actually in the downtrend, and as expected it is still moving down. So it has completed these two waves. I'm expecting it might retest possibly, or at this point that's what it looks like, because the impulse of the down move, it has consolidated here, and this may be slow, but I'm expecting it to retest the 130 range before it starts moving up. But once if it retests this, that will be a really good entry for a up move towards 450 rupees. Definitely when it comes here, you should be ready to jump in, but that I don't know when it is, but it may be even few months, or I think it looks like it may be in a year. It possibly, if it comes down. Let's see how it goes. At this point there is no trade setup unless if it breaks out. So coming to Tata Steel, again this is in a weekly time frame, it is still in downtrend move, and so we have to see how much it is going to come down. It has completed the impulse followed by correction, and next it might even start another impulse down. So let's wait and watch what is happening here. Bajaj Auto, yes, so it is actually in a very big consolidation on a downtrend, not a trend, basically on a weekly it is on a sideways wave move, which is pretty much down. So you can see this is an impulse, so followed by a bigger correction happening now. So let's see, depending on breakout or comes down, we will try to take it. Right now it looks like it might have another down leg before it starts. So moving to DMart, so we have still this down, it's in downtrending move. There may be another upward move, but it may be a pump and dump, so don't get enter into the trade. Be careful when you do it, unless if it actually have a consolidation to start. There is no trade idea here. So possibly it can go up and then come back to 4,000 level, or close to 3,900 level, and then maybe it might have a bigger up move. So yep, this is the trade or stock setup at this point. Hope this helps. We will catch up in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in our next video.